locked and loaded, just got all the modules in. Before I pack it up, I wanted to sit by it and answer questions I think people are going to have about this. So I'm just going to start with my why on this. Buying a used Leaf in the United States in the 1.5 to 2K range, or $1.5 thousand to $2,000 range, and then putting a $7,000 to $8,000 battery into it, the biggest one Rivian sells, is going to save you about $20,000 off the cost of a new car. So you just can't beat that price in the EV space. There's no EV you can buy for that price that's going to have that range and then a brand new battery. Insurance is cheap too, especially if you just put liability on it. And then say something did happen, in theory you could, if you DIY your battery in, you could DIY it into another car if you wanted to. But it's so cheap, you know, I think it's also reasonable to self-insure for folks. But in this economy, like, this is the best way to save money, in my opinion. Like, if you get the Model X Tesla or a really fancy electric car, you could be paying, you know, $1,000 a month for that vehicle, to buy it, to lease it, to insure it, all the costs. And then I would say, yeah, if you're gonna put the modules in yourself, just go big or go home. But plug and play is really attractive too. This whole process is so much faster and actually probably a little bit safer, especially if you haven't done a lot of electrical work. If you just buy the complete module and you just take the old module out, put the new module in, versus dropping all the individuals in. What's nice is with the old modules, they'll turn into a home power system, so you can build a power wall with that. And Vivine sells a kit for that as well if you're interested. So let's just assume this Leaf gets moves 1 mile and burns 4 kilowatt hours of energy in that mile. That's 284 miles of range, which is pretty amazing considering like a new Bolt costs $27,600 and is going to get similar mileage. And then other electric cars, like, you're looking at even more expensive. The other thing that's really nice about this year Leaf and this model Leaf, but other Leafs fall into this category, is that they're very DIY friendly. There is no other electric car that is as easy to work on as the Leaf. And I'm just a very big right to repair person, and that is why I'm so stoked that there's this company in China that believes Americans should be able to work on their electric cars and put batteries in their electric cars. So they are making those parts, and they're making them available to us. And I hope that everybody watching this votes for politicians that will allow that to happen and hopefully reduce tariffs so that these import costs are lower and we can make these cars last longer. The batteries in here are CATL, and this technology is much better than the batteries that's coming out of here. If this technology existed 13 years ago, Nissan Leaf, the company Nissan, would have used it in their Leaf, but it didn't. So battery technology has gotten better. I believe these are the same batteries that are in some BYD cars. And what makes them so great is the energy density per the weight is much higher. This pack is only 85 kilograms higher than the stock pack, and it's 10x the energy density. Additionally, it does well with heat. So this is air cooled. There's no glycol cooling lines in here, and to heat and cool the battery. Heat the battery in the winter, cool the battery in the summer. So this battery is self-cooling and it can deal with the heat, whether you're fast charging or not charging at all. My plan for this though is to slow charge it as much as I can, keep a mid-range state of charge, so I'll never drop to the bottom, never take it all to the top. Very rarely will I do that. So like, I'm going to try and keep it in the 20 to 80% range. Because I want this to last a very long time, even though it's built to handle the abuse. So so the goal is to maintain the high state of health for as long as possible. Going back to the CATLs, they're rated for 3C discharge and can comfortably handle operation of above 1C. So let's break down what that means. The C rating measures the rate at which the battery is charged or discharged relative to the total capacity. So 1 C rate discharge or charges the entire battery capacity in 1 hour. For example, drawing 180 amps from 180 amp hour cells is a 1 C rate. A 3 C rate, it's going to discharge 3 times faster, taking 20 minutes or 1/3 of an hour. And a 0.5 C rate discharges the battery at half speed, taking 2 hours. So higher C rates generate significantly more internal heat and stress on the battery, and a higher maximum C rating, like the C3 rating on these CATL cells, means the battery is built to handle heavy continuous current. So that's the science there. Talking about some examples, with the 62 kilowatt hour pack, the Leaf's DC fast charging power is around 47 kilowatts with a maximum current of about 150 amps. So since they're using the 180 amp hour CATL cells, the actual charge rate is well below 1 C, so heat generation remains well within the safe limits of the spec for these. I don't know what the tariffs are on this battery because these guys have delivered duty paid, and that means that in my case, I paid 30% down when I put my order in. I paid the remaining 70% when they went to ship, but I knew what the total price was from the time they quoted it based on my address in the United States, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area, from the time I ordered. So that price didn't change. It made it through tariffs, and the whole process through customs, and the whole process took about 6 weeks, but it could take 2 or 3 months. Like, it just depends where you're at. But batteries move slow over the ocean. They don't fly batteries like this in airplanes, at least not to my knowledge. So yeah, let's talk about thermal management a little bit. So in theory, the battery management system, if this battery gets hot, it's gonna not let the batteries output as much power to make it so that they're not generating as much heat. And if too much charge is going into them, too much current and too much amps, the battery management system is going to do the same thing. It's going to lower that amperage, lower that current, slow the charge so the temperature drops down. So the BMS, its job is to protect the battery, and it's going to do. So going back to the thermal management, it's not really an issue. People have taken these batteries and done long distance trips where they're fast charging over and over again, and the battery does fine. So, and if you got the CHAdeMO plug, you just get a CCS1 adapter and then you're good to go. Warranty, this is 2 years, 80,000 kilometers or 49,000 miles. Charging temperature range is -20 C to 55 plus C. That's CATL's own spec. Vivine says 0 to 55 C, and that may be what the battery management system is going to allow. And that is all the questions and my why behind this battery. The other thing I just want to end on is I want this company to succeed. I'm not making money on every unit they sell. I'm not an employee for them. I go back to the reason I want them to succeed is because I believe everybody should be able to work on their own cars. They should be able to put a battery in their own car if the old battery is too small or is at end of life. They shouldn't have to go to the dealership or to the company that made the car and buy a new car or buy a new battery. They should be able to get one and put it in themselves. And this company has made that possible with this model vehicle. And I just think that's so cool. And I want everybody to be able to take advantage of that. I also think Americans spend way too much on their automobiles because it's such a status symbol, and that can be a real barrier to building wealth and trying to get into the middle class. So it's, if you can buy a car that just gets you from point A to point B and do that for the lowest price possible, and this is a recipe to do that, you can build wealth because you can invest that difference. You just take that money you would be spending on that $1,000 a month car payment and invest it in the market, put it in a low cost index fund, and you're good to go. Hopefully in a tax advantage account, your IRA, your Roth IRA, your 401k, or your HSA. Do that, and you'll be well on your way to saving money and investing. Okay, so that's all I got to say about that. If you have more questions, feel free to put them in the comments below.